Car Trips featuring Migs.
Hi guys, welcome back to Car Trims. My name is Migs, and today I have a great video for you guys. We're going to be diving into the Infiniti, the all-new 2025 QX80. This is a luxury SUV that's been fully redesigned for this model year. We'll be looking into its features, we'll be looking into the performance, we'll be looking into, most importantly, the trims and which trim gives you the best bang for your buck. So let's get started. So with this 2025 Infiniti QX80, it has a lot going for it. It's powerful, it's spacious, it's packed with tons of features. It's a 2025. It's beautiful. I mean, they really did a good job. So let's get into it. We have an all-new engine. Instead of going V8, Infiniti decided to go V6. So we have a twin turbocharged 3.5 liter V6 engine producing 450 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. Towing capacity goes up to 8,500 pounds. Interior looks amazing. Okay, guys, when you're talking about the autograph trim, which is the highest trim, you're gonna get some very nice leather. And honestly, any trim you decide to go with, the interior is going to be very nice. Okay, you're going to get an infotainment system that is completely redone compared to the 2024 model. It is dual 14.3 inch and 9 inch touchscreens with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a premium Cleach audio system. Safety, well, across the board, all trims, they include all the safety features that you need, and we'll get into that a little bit because the autograph trim, the highest trim, has a slightly different safety feature added. Okay, so we'll get into that, and that's going to be a driver assistance feature. So when it comes to this QX80, there are some drawbacks. My first concern is the ride quality. We are in the segment with the luxury Cadillac Escalade that has adaptive air suspensions. We're also on the segment with the Lincoln Navigator, and those are two of the smoothest cars you'll ever ride in. When you're talking about luxury full-size SUVs, the ride quality is one of the most important things. And based on a lot of reviews of the people who are able to drive this vehicle before it went out into mass production, before it went out to the public, it's been a major concern because you can get the air suspensions, but it hasn't lived up to the hype. It just has not lived up to the hype. It's a little stiff, it's a little bumpy. So you can test drive it and figure out if you like it yourself. But that's one of the few things that I have against this car so far. I hope they can fine tune it before it's mass produced and it comes out to the public sometime this month, August 2024. Also, guys, they downgraded the engine, and I know Infiniti doesn't call it a downgrade and say it's more powerful, but they went from a V8 to a V6 engine. Yes, I get it's twin turbo. The specs on the engine is great, but we're still getting 16 miles per gallon, guys, in the city. We're getting 20 miles per gallon on the highway. That combines for 18 miles per gallon altogether, and most people are doing city driving. So you're going to be looking closer to that 16 miles per gallon. It's just not efficient. I understand in this segment, full-size luxury SUVs, you're not really looking for efficiency. But when we are getting a smaller engine, you would expect the fuel to be more efficient. So maybe I'm wrong. Put in the comments, what do you think? Should the Infiniti strive to get better fuel efficiency, or do you not care because we're in the luxury SUV trim? the luxury SUV segment, I should say. Speaking of trims, let's get to the trims, guys. This is what we're here for. Which trim should you buy? Well, that's going to depend completely on you, but I can tell you which trim is the best bang for your buck, and I'll tell you after I go over these trims. So we have 4 different trims. We have the Pure, we have the Luxe, we have the Sensory, and we have the Autograph trim. So the Pure trim, it actually starts at $82,450. On this screen, you see Infiniti markets it as starting at $85,550. The problem is Infiniti is not telling you 4-wheel drive is not standard. It's not standard, okay, guys? It's not standard until you get to the Sensory trim and the Autograph trim. So for the first 2 trims, the Pure and the Luxe, you have to opt in for the 4-wheel drive. Otherwise, you get 2-wheel drive, which is fine for a lot of people. But that's just so you know. So we're actually starting our price off at $82,450. We're gonna have 20-inch wheels on this Pure. We're gonna have synthetic leather. We're gonna have heated front and second row seats. We're gonna have the 14.3-inch and 9-inch touchscreens. We're gonna have 14 speakers for the Luxe audio system. We're gonna have comprehensive driver assistance features. The one thing I like about the Pure, the base model, and they did not hold back on giving you the safety features. You're gonna get all the safety features that the rest of the trims have, except the Autograph, which has a little bit different Pro Pilot 2.1. And I'll get into what that means when we get there. Okay, so now for the Luxe. The Luxe is a nice trim. This trim is where you get to the 22-inch wheels. Now, when we're talking about full-size luxury SUVs, throwing some 22s on that thing definitely is a major upgrade, in my opinion. I mean, in America, we love throwing nice big wheels on our nice big SUVs. Okay, so if you're opting for that 22-incher, you can get it starting at the Luxe. You also get the adaptive air suspensions, what we talked about, starting at the Luxe trim, which is great. I'm actually surprised they started at the Luxe trim for the adaptive air suspensions instead of Sensory and higher. So that's nice. You get the heads-up display, and in this one you also get the ventilated seats. So that's the air coming through the seats to cool off your bottom and your back. So the first, second row gets the ventilated seats. Now we move on to the Sensory trim. In the Sensory trim, now we have standard 4-wheel drive. So that price is correct, guys. So we're gonna start at $100,645. Okay. Woo! We're in the 6-figure range, guys. I mean, a lot of people don't even make this salary, and we're gonna be spending it on a car. So it must be worth it, right? Well, let's see. Well, you are gonna get leather, the massaging seats now for the front, not the mid row seats, but the front. Okay, you're gonna get the biometric cooling for the first and second rows. Now that's pretty cool. Supposedly they have sensors to sense if you're hot or cold, and it can cool you off based on the sensors. Pretty cool. Okay, so we'll have to see how that all works once it gets to the public and we can all go for a test drive. Lastly, we have the 24 speaker Luxe audio system. Okay, if you are into audio and you love audio, that the 24 speakers are gonna make a big difference, guys. It's gonna make a big difference. Is it necessary? Absolutely not. It's not necessary, but it's gonna make a difference. So now let's get on to the Autograph. This is the best trim. This is where they put everything they had into it. Okay, now we're talking $110,595. This is gonna come with unique interior and exterior styling, so you're gonna know it's the Autograph trim by just looking at it, by just sitting in it. It's gonna be different. The leather's gonna be different. It's gonna have different designs. It's gonna be beautiful. You're gonna have massaging second row seats this time. You're gonna have heated third row seats. You're gonna have second row touchscreen. You're gonna have a center console cooler, and you're gonna have the Pro Pilot 2.1. What is the Pro Pilot 2.1, guys? What is that? Well, I'll tell you, it's the hands-free driving. It's the hands-free version of for Infiniti. Ford has it with Blue Cruise, GM has it with Super Cruise, hands-free on certain streets or highways that has been already vetted by Infiniti and implemented into their systems. They need 3D mapping to get all of this done. So all the streets in your local community are not going to be available to use that hands-free driving. So for a lot of people in this country, honestly, it won't do anything for them. But it is nice to have once you are going on a road trip and that particular highway you're taking is implemented for this 2.1, and you can do that hands-free driving. I haven't seen it in person. I would love to go and test drive that hands-free driving option, that feature, but I'm sure it'll be nice when you can actually use it. So after all of that, which trim provides the best value? Well, honestly, it's an easy answer. The Pure. The Pure provides the best bang for your buck, guys. If you want the most options for the least amount of price, you want to get the Pure. It's great. It comes standard with everything you need. You can see it on this chart here. You're pretty much getting everything that every other trim is getting, except for things that you may not even care about. So if you care about ventilated seats, I mean, that's a luxury feature, right? If you care about ventilated seats, if you care about the Pro Pilot Assist 2.1, if you care about getting 24 speakers, then yeah, you have to upgrade a little bit. But if we're just talking what you get, the value, best bang for your buck, the Pure trim all the way, no questions asked. In fact, it's only two trims that I would personally buy. That's the Pure trim and the Autograph trim. Why would I buy the Autograph trim, guys? Because it is fully decked out. It has everything. It has the 24 speakers, it has the Pro Pilot Assist 2.1, the heated, massaging, ventilated first and second row, and heated third row. I mean, this is pure luxury. Pure luxury. I wouldn't get the sensory, but I can understand why somebody would. For me, if I'm going luxury, I might as well go all out. But for the purpose of this video and what we're gonna get bang for our buck, definitely the Pure. Those are my only two options, in my opinion. If I'm gonna buy this car, I have two options. Either I'm gonna go Pure and I don't care about all the other features, or I'm gonna get all the features. No in between for me. But you know, everybody's different. Everybody has to make their own decisions regarding what their personal needs are. It'll be interesting to see what's on the lot. From my research so far, the only things that's on the lot, well, in transit to be on the lot, is this Autograph trim and a sensory trim. They're not really bringing out that Pure and Luxe trim, at least in my area. They're not bringing them out. You have to order those at the time. So I find that interesting. They're gonna come out with their best available, make the most money. I mean, when you get to the top of trims, guys, they're making more money on you. It's not because it costs more. It's because they're not spending much more money from base to maxed out trim, but you're paying a lot more money from base to maxed out trim. Okay, so that's why I come in and tell you guys the best bang for your buck. A lot of times it's not the base model. A lot of times that second trim, but this base trim is fantastic, guys. So there you have it. Thank you for joining me on car trims. Please leave a like, please leave a comment, and please subscribe and let me know what car you want to see next. Until then, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys. Peace.